Scorpio, welcome to your new moon in Libra 5 card movie star spread. It's a long title. Check the description box below for card placements in this particular reading and information on the deck used. Here we go. Scorpio, you're healing. Yeah. You're taking some time for yourself and you're really healing. That's what this card is about. This card is about finding rest, about finding solitude, about finding peace. So the way that this card speaks to me mostly, and this is, I feel it's very important for this read to explain. So back in the days of the Renaissance, back in the days of the Crusades and things like that, the noblemen who were going into battle, okay, would have a weapon made and have a coffin made. They would place their weapon inside that coffin before they left, and they would contemplate going to war. They would contemplate the actual consequences of their actions. And then when they came back, they would do the same thing. They would put their weapon in the coffin and they would lay on top of that coffin and they would contemplate what would happen if I was in that coffin. They would contemplate what happened to my friends who did not make it home. Okay? This is a time of resting, rejuvenation, reflection. This is a time of thinking ahead. This is taking time for yourself. Period. This is the card of meditation. Meditation with purpose. And that's you. Okay? The antagonist in this situation. Now I'm going to talk about what this card represents to me. If you've ever seen, is it Hamlet? I believe it's Hamlet. Where, she has the tree branches for arms and she's blindfolded and can't see what's happening and all this danger is around her, so on and so forth. This reminds me of Hamlet. This reminds me of somebody going crazy because they are stuck in their head. Okay? That's every character in Hamlet. But for this particular one, this is you being stuck in your head and not seeing a way out of this situation. If the blindfold was off, you could see the swords and cut free. Maybe you could wiggle out or something like that. Being barefoot in cold water probably isn't fun either. But generally, when I see the Eight of Swords, especially in the antagonist position, it tells me that you are stuck in your head, but you are the one who put yourself there. Be it a problem that you were overthinking or a situation that you felt like you couldn't escape, you are the only person who can pull out of this because you are the person who actually put yourself there. Now, if you're resting and the thing that stands in your way, the antagonist, is you being in your head, the overall theme is you trying to figure out how to leave the emotional part of this behind, but still take the intellect and lessons with you. How do you move from choppy waters to calmer waters with forgiveness for yourself? It's a little bit difficult for you to only be inside your head right now, but it's also very difficult for you to be inside your heart. Okay? The Devil in the inverse. So this to me is like somebody who is in the process of giving up a vice. This isn't somebody who's been clean and sober for 5 years and is used to it. This is somebody who is struggling through their first couple of weeks of letting go of an addiction. Okay? This is somebody who still has the urge to go back, but is resisting it with all of their fury and all of their might. They recognize the toxicity of the situation. And although their heart is heavy, their head is pushing them forward. Now, the possible outcome is not being able to juggle the situation. Scorpio, this situation can be a bit too much to handle on your own. So I'm almost hesitant to pull cards. This is the second time I've said that I'm hesitant to pull more cards. Yeah. This was a very intimate situation. Now, don't get caught up on the word intimacy. I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about closeness. And I almost want to say in this particular read that you have to embrace the dual nature of yourself. If you're a Scorpio who runs on a lot of emotion and you don't always let your intellect keep up with you, you really have to take time to get into your intellect. If you're the type of Scorpio who gets very, very caught up in their intellect and pushes their emotions aside on a regular basis, now would be the time to embrace your dual nature, dance with your shadow side, and really, really pull forward those emotions, even though they're very, very difficult. The reason I say that is because, you have that card of intimacy in the inverse first off. And then we have the King of Cups in the inverse. And the King of Cups in the inverse is somebody, or the King of Cups in general, is somebody who's very, very aware of their emotion, but kind of has a little bit of a poker face. The truth of the matter is, in this situation, you lost your poker face, okay? So people can actually see what's going on inside. They can actually see and notice you struggling. But they aren't, this must be a good support system that you have around you, because they aren't throwing it in your face. They're actually just waiting for you to reach out. So Scorpio, this is the time to reach out to your friends, your family, your soul tribe, whatever it is you need to help work through this situation, because the situation itself is very overwhelming. You kind of get stuck on it. You want to go back to it, but you know it's not good to do that. You're trying your hardest to move away from it, but it's kind of like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. It's just so much easier to go back to dealing with the same things you're used to than to go ahead and create a whole new life for yourself. But you have people around you who are willing to help, but they don't want to force change upon you. If you told them you wanted to change, they would assist you. Scorpio, you're not alone in whatever it is that you're going through, but it weighs very, very heavy. And if you want something you've never had, Scorpio, you need to do something you've never done. So you need to take a whole new approach to this, and you might need a support system in the process. Scorpio, I really hope that you found a message that serves your highest good. And I'll see you next time.